You are listening to Directions from a Spiritual Tour Guide podcast. I am your host, Shanel Scott. I'm a psychic medium and energy healer who has been supporting those on a spiritual journey for over a decade. I'm your tour guide into the world of the unknown, showing you that the magic of the universe is at your fingertips. I believe spirituality is simple and fun, and this podcast will make it easily accessible, giving you the real talk on all things divine and spiritual, helping you to step into the flow, manifesting your dreams because we all deserve to be living our best life. Are you ready for an adventure? Hello, Sunshines, and welcome to a new episode of Directions from a Spiritual Tour Guide podcast. My name is Shanel Scott. I am your host and your spiritual tour guide on this adventure we call life. And this week we've talked about this topic before, but it is so prevalent right now in everything that I'm receiving that I think that it's time we talk about it again. So we are talking about alignment. This might be the missing key to your manifestation process. We forget sometimes about pieces of the puzzle when we are just dealing with our day-to-day life. And right now, the energy is really asking us to have a lot of clarity, to really be clear about the direction we want to go in, the energy we want to feel. And this doesn't mean that we have to be specific about the direction or the steps, that sort of thing, but it needs to be clear about, I'm going to use feeling, because feeling is a really powerful tool in our manifestation process. If we can feel it, if we can imagine it, if we can create a vision or even a journal entry, a fakie, then we can create it. But the problem is the disconnect between where we are now and where we want to go. And this can be a huge problem in getting to your manifestation. So let's put it this way. Let's come up with an easy one here. So if you want to run a marathon, that takes a lot of work. And I'm not saying that manifestation is hard work. I'm not saying that at all. But if you want to run a marathon, you can't be a couch potato and then get up and run a marathon. It's just not going to happen. We're not going to be able to do it. So you have to create an alignment to that thing that you are trying to create, run a marathon. So maybe you start by walking long distances and then jogging and then picking up the pace a little bit, and you increase your distance over time and you train and you really have this mindset of, I am going to do this. I am going to do the work. I'm going to do the things that I need to do to get myself to where I need to be able to run this marathon. It's the same with everything else we're manifesting. If you want to run a successful 6-figure business, but what you're doing at your desk every day is going, oh, so many bills, oh, so many processes. I don't have time to do all the work that I need to do. I'm never going to be able to do this. Well, those two things are not in alignment. They are absolutely not in alignment. Excuse me. Sorry about that, folks. They are absolutely not in alignment. They are not creating the same vibration, the same energetic frequency. So then it's out of our field. So to be able to move into that frequency of that successful 6-figure business, you have to start asking yourself, how are you showing up on the day-to-day? Chances are that you don't truly believe that you can get that if that's the way you're talking on the day-to-day. Oh, I don't know how, what am I going to do? Where's the money going to come from? You don't honestly believe that you can create a 6-figure successful business. It's just not in your energy field. There's no way that you truly believe that in your heart of hearts. So asking yourself, what are the things you can do? And they don't have to be big things. They can be really small things. Like, I'm going to show up every day that I need to, and I'm going to give 100%. I am going to hold positivity towards the places that I want to go. I'm going to have consistency. I'm going to have a mindset that tells the story of this 6-figure successful business. It really is this energetic alignment of A and B. You want a new job, a new career, but all you do is sit on the couch and whine about it. Well, you're not going to get it, right? What are you doing to put yourself into alignment? Well, maybe you're getting dressed every day in the way that you want to go to work each and every day. Maybe you are connecting with people that are in your field, that in places that you want to work in. All of these things are energetics. They are creating the vibration, the frequency of the place we want to go. If you want to work in the big city and you want to have some crazy career in some tall office building doing, I don't know, in front of a computer, that's for you. Then maybe you start taking the time to go into the city once a week and start looking at the places that you want to work and start applying for the jobs that you want to work at and really start moving yourself in the direction of the thing that you want to create. This isn't rocket science. This is just law of attraction. It is frequency. It is energy. If we are focusing all our energy on the woe is me, I don't know how this is going to work, then yeah, that is exactly what you are creating. But if you are focusing your energy on how this could work, on anything that's going to move you in that right direction, it starts taking you in a different vibration. It takes you in a different frequency in the direction of the things that you want to go. Now, along with that is just mindset in general. And you have to ask yourself, what is the mindset that you carry? And is there a mindset shift that needs to happen? I know my generation, we listened to how hard our grandparents and our parents had to work. And I'm sure anybody in my generation will giggle when we say, they're like, I walked uphill to school both ways in the snow wearing no shoes. And you're like, no, you didn't. But there's this aspect of we had to work so hard. Well, what if we just challenged that and said money flows easily to me? It just shows up in my bank account every time I turn around. And I do that through work that doesn't even feel like work. It just feels like going to play. It shifts something. It tells a different story. And it tells the story of the direction you want to move in. So asking yourself about the story you tell yourself, about the mindset and the belief systems that you carry, whether they're yours, whether they're generational, they're family, or they're societal, because there's definitely those societal ones too. And working hard is definitely part of the societal belief that we must go to the office every day or go to the factory every day, and we have to pound the pavement and we have to do the thing and we have to work long, hard, sweaty hours. And it's just not the case. It is not the case at all, right? So that mindset shift also puts us in that frequency. When we move into the frequency where we're going, I'm going to do this business that is a passion project for me and that gives me joy each and every day that I get to do this business. And yeah, I know there's always going to be ups and downs. There's going to be days that aren't joyful, but in general, it is a business that creates passion for you. We're going to be more in alignment with that business because we have a passion for the thing that we're going to do. We are going to elevate our energy just thinking about it because we get excited about doing that thing each and every day. And then the money just flows in and it creates a whole different vibration and frequency than doing something that you don't enjoy each and every day. So energetics are a really simple way to look at things. And I'm sure if you sat down and actually paid attention, you would notice that. You would notice the moments you are out of alignment, when things don't feel quite right, that they don't feel like they're just like, yeah, that's it. If it's not feeling that way, then you need to ask yourself, how do I shift and change? How do I move in a direction that puts me into that, yes, this is what I want to do every day? How do you move that needle to create that energetics? And it's simple things like this. If you get a repeating thought, God, the bills, there's so many, I don't know how I'm going to pay them. And that comes up over and over and over again. That's speaking to your money story. That's saying there is something that's going on within your money story that you need to look at. So do you have a mindset of poverty where there's never enough money? Because if you focus on the fact that there is never enough money, that's exactly what is going to happen. There is never going to be enough money. So it's something simple like that. The other thing is sometimes our body will give us cues. It's like, oh, every time I think of that, my shoulder hurts. And it's this piece of like, I'm tired of carrying that weight. So that our body is saying, hey, pay attention to me. Hey, pay attention to me. This is something is going on. So there's lots of different ways in our life, in our day-to-day, where these things will come up. And just recognizing our feelings, emotions, and our physical body is a huge one of those. To say, this doesn't feel good to me. Why am I doing it? During the pandemic, every time I came to my yoga mat, I was like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. So I just honored that. And I rolled up my mat and I did other things. I still taught classes, which I loved. And it got me to my mat. But for the most part, I did a lot of walking out in nature. And I did a lot of like more vigorous fitness because that's just what my body was craving in that moment. That is what my soul needed. So honoring that. Some days when I'm at my desk and I can feel my mindset shifting and not in a good way, I take a deep breath and kind of go, what can I do right now? And that is often a good time where I take a break and get a snack or a meal, or I will take a break and go for a walk, or even just go outside for 5 minutes because I need to shift my energy and shift my focus. I don't allow myself to wallow in it. I don't allow myself to go down the sinkhole. I shouldn't say allow, but I try to avoid that because I know that it's not beneficial. I know that it's not helpful to the direction that I want to go in. So by taking that time and doing that energy shift, by taking that time when that repeating thought comes up or that pain comes up or that feeling comes up again and again and again, then we action it. We begin to choose to make a shift. We begin to choose to make a change. We begin to focus our energy in a different place. And this is this piece I talk about shifting into focusing on the solution. The solution takes us to where we want to go. The problem just gives us more of the problem. So alignment really is this piece of what are you doing on the day-to-day to move yourself towards the goal, the dream, the thing that you are trying to manifest. If you are trying to become a professional golfer and you don't even own golf clubs, well, there's a problem. If you are trying to start a business and you don't know where to start, there's a problem. So ask yourself what it is that you can do to move to the solution. Buy the golf clubs. Maybe take a class. Maybe just shift your focus. Maybe get a mentor, a coach, a therapist to help you with the mindset stuff that's coming up for you, to help you build your skill set. There is so many things that we can do to help ourselves get into alignment. And a big part of that is just getting present. Being present and acknowledging your thoughts, feelings, and actions can help you to understand the moments you are in alignment and the moments that you are not. But this is one of the biggest keys for people, that they are creating a block to their manifestation by not being in alignment. I will say weight loss is another tricky one. And I think that's one that people get caught up in because with weight loss, we don't necessarily feel good in our body, but we still have to give gratitude to our body. So by shifting that mindset to this is a process and I'm going to love myself through that process is going to be a very different alignment than I don't enjoy my body. I don't like my body. It's funny. I was listening to, I think it was just on social media scrolling, and Oh, no, it was a podcast. Jay Shetty's podcast. He had Megan Trainor on there, and she was talking about how she didn't enjoy her body after having babies. And her therapist said she needed to stand in front of the mirror for 5 minutes at a time and just look at her body. And she said the first couple of days, she just watched the clock. She kept on looking at the clock, because she just wanted it to be over. But then after that, she started to soften a little bit and she started to like her body. So then she started to see parts of her body that she liked, and it became a much more joyful experience because she had a mindset shift, because she pushed herself to do the thing that needed to be done to move her in the direction that made her feel better about her body. And by feeling better about your body, you're going to lose weight faster probably because you feel better about your body and you're more joyful and more happy. And happy hormones are good hormones. We like those hormones. So they were putting us in alignment with our goal. Just by liking your body better, finding pieces of it that you enjoy, that make you happy, are putting you in alignment with getting to that body type that you want to get to. So again, alignment. This could be a big part of your manifestation process that is blocking you from getting to that place that you want to be because you do not have the mindset or the thoughts, feelings, and actions that are taking you into alignment with the place that you want to go. Often when you see people in roles that are, success, leadership, the places where maybe you are aiming to be, when you look at those people, they often hold an air of confidence, of determination to get to the place that they wanted to be. There isn't a woe is me. There isn't a I don't know how I'm going to make this work. There is a I'm going to make this work. Plain and simple. They have removed the barriers to, get themselves to where they want to be. And I'm not saying that they don't have blocks and things that come up, because I guarantee you they do. But they probably have tools to work with that they have to deal with those problems when they come up. Again, a coach, a mentor, a therapist are all really great ways of dealing with it. Even just a best friend, somebody that will call you out, that will tell you like it is and won't sugarcoat things for you so that they can help you to move through, is somebody that is helpful on your journey as well. So ask yourself this week, where are the places that I am out of alignment? And do I have clarity about where I want to go? Clarity of direction. Be really clear and then ask about that alignment. You have to have clarity to be able to have alignment. If there's no clarity, then there's not going to be alignment either. So that's a whole nother podcast, a whole nother story for a whole nother day. We're not going to go there. But alignment. Do you got it? Ask yourself, pay attention, be present, all that good stuff. Thank you. Thank you for being here and listening today. I always appreciate when you stick around for my spiritual rants. Like I said, spirituality is so simple when we just take it down to the bare bones, and it becomes this thing that you're like, oh yeah, I can do that. No problem. And it just catapults us. It moves us in the direction we want to go. So I'm sending out blessings and prayers for you to be able to just recognize those roadblocks, those places that you are out of alignment right now that will move you into a place where you are creating your fertile ground, because it's about blossoming, right? Totally about blossoming. So thank you. Newsletter will be up later this week. Check it out. There'll be some specials for this month, Yoga Nidra Club. If you want to join Yoga Nidra Club and you want to check it out first, this month only, June 14th, Friday, June 14th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can join me on Zoom for free. You just have to message me to get the link. So if you want to check out Yoga Nidra, it's a guided meditation. It is about nourishing your body and your soul. It is about taking care of you and giving you a foundation to really create that fertile ground for yourself. So let's see. Okay, I hear the timer going off for dinner, so it's time for me to go. Thank you again. Thank you for being here on my journey. Thank you for allowing me to be your spiritual tour guide today. From my heart and soul to yours. Until the next time. Bye now.